After spending the last few days getting on our feet in Brazil, our tour guide Otto has lined up a couple trips for us to take. We are headed to our first destination in Trancoso, just south of Bahia. Of course, being on arguably the most scenic coast in Brazil, we have to take a quick detour to one of the beaches right outside of town.
What's up, guys? So we're in Trancoso, and it's a little bit of ways from where we're staying. And they have another really old church here, and it's really famous. It's just so awesome. I mean, in the back of the church, there's a huge cliff, and you can see all the beaches. And Brazil is just so beautiful. I just can't explain it.
Trancoso is one of those places that has done a really great job at retaining the original style of its architecture. This place actually puts you right into the middle of the culture here in Brazil, and you can see it everywhere, in the people, the buildings, even the sports. Back of the village, you get yet another glimpse of what Brazil would be like in the late 1500s. This is Igreja de São João Batista, the second oldest church in the country. It's funny, back at home, looking around at churches is not exactly high on my list of things to do, but here it's hard not to admire the work that was put into these beautiful buildings.
Vamos a la playa.
Behind the church, you get another view of the coast. Just like what you saw in the first episode, this is also the Discovery Coast, and as you look out into the horizon, you can see why so many people gather here to watch the sunset every night. Needless to say, Trancoso is wonderful, but it's time for us to head back to the house to get ready for a long day tomorrow.
So our guide today, Otto, he's gonna be taking us to this really cool adventure. So it's a village that you can only access by canoe, so it should be pretty cool. We said there's supposed to be a little bit more wildlife.
Today's adventure starts like every good one should, by completely filling the rental car with river water, of course. As we press on for today's destination, a small village south of Trancoso called Caraiva, we get sidetracked as there seems to be a large group that's not pleased with us rolling through their territory.
So we just made it to the canoes. We just found them. So this looks pretty awesome so far. I have no idea where we're going, but you know, a lot of Brazil has been a surprise for us, so very happy to see.
It's very warm out.
One thing that has always inspired me about travel is you really can't plan for it. No matter how hard you try, things are just going to work out the way they're supposed to. And to be honest, we wouldn't have even known about this village we're going to if we hadn't met with Otto at the beginning of our trip. So I think that when traveling somewhere new, give yourself freedom to have a new experience and adventure outside of your comfort zone. This village seems almost too good to be true. The easygoing atmosphere is really welcoming after such a long car ride and navigating through the endless unpaved roads through the rainforest for what seemed like hours. If you are looking for remote, Caraiva is definitely the place to be if you're visiting Brazil. This small village actually has no roads for cars, and electricity is a relatively new thing to the village, only existing since 2007. You will notice the way of life is different here. Life moves slower. It seems that there is a place here for everyone. No matter who you are, you will fit in here. Caraiva is mainly based around a community of surfers, hippies, tribespeople, and well, just about anyone who stumbles in. Experiencing this today has really opened our eyes. There are so many beautiful places like this out there just waiting for you to discover them. This is what drives us to keep going, to keep pushing forward, and to keep traveling. There is a famous quote by Anitta Desai that says wherever you go becomes a part of you somehow. And I truly believe this. If you have ever thought about visiting Brazil, my advice would be to stop and just do it. You will not regret it. Oh, and in case you didn't believe me about the unpaved roads on the way here, it's even better at night. If you enjoyed watching, please subscribe to our channel. Every sub really helps us. Stay tuned for our last episode of the Brazil series, where we'll be meeting with a local tribe.